This is Phil Devendorf from PD Services, www.pdservices.com, and this is part of a series of videos on different capabilities of ActionHRM, the Integrated HR Talent Management System. We're going to talk about performance management right now, and you'll see that I'm on the Performance tab, and I just want to show you that you can set up as many templates as you want. Think of a template as your performance review form. So you may have one template, or you may have a template for each position. For example, if you have different competencies versus position, you can define any goals that are common to everyone with that template. That would be if you're doing waterfall goal setting or those kind of things. The competencies, or we call them feedback areas, any other questions you want, and the defaults for the review setup. It is a multi-rater system, so you can have self-appraisals and other appraisals. You can have a workflow as to the approval process, those kind of things. All of these defaults can be overridden when you release the review for the actual appraisal. Also know that there's a workflow that allows you to set and edit individual goals by employee. So this is kind of a working area that employees or managers can set goals. There's an approval process for this as well, and then those obviously are merged in once the appraisal is released. Now let's go to a specific appraisal. An appraisal is released as a workflow, so when an appraisal is released, all of the raters are notified that they have a workflow that they need to take action on, an appraisal that they need to take action on. I've clicked into that workflow, and it shows us the demographic information about who's being appraised and when. It shows us their goals, so that I just need to rate goals. I have goals set up as a 3-point scale, but it can be whatever you want it to be and whatever words you want it to be. I may have goal completion dates, because goals typically aren't completed along with our appraisal cycles, and then any comments. So I rate the goals. Once I'm done rating the goals, I can go to feedback or competencies and rate the feedback and competencies. You'll see that's a 5-point scale here, again with open-ended comments for each question or each competency. The system automatically does the scoring for me, and you'll notice over here that if I have multiple appraisers or self-appraisers, I can bring in those and see that that scoring and those comments side by side. That may be as far as I want to go with performance appraisal, and at this point I would say I'm done, and it would be routed for approval. I'd be notified when it's approved, and I can review it with the employee. The next step I can do as part of the appraisal or as a separate process if I want. That would be some of the more sophisticated things, talent management oriented things like succession assessment, where I can define how ready they are for promotion, how critical they are, who the potential successors might be, and then move on to career development. What jobs might they be going to? It will automatically do a skill gap analysis if we populated that area. That's a separate video, and in what timing, and then development planning, so that we can build the development plan right here as well. In addition, we have the capability, this is optional as well, as to whether you want to define or have a manager define how likely the person is to leave the organization, flight risk, and why, so that you can do some analysis. Maybe just for your top performers who have high flight risk, you want to do some specific personalized retention strategies. So that's a quick overview of the performance management system. If you have other questions, please contact me at 740-326-4494, Phil Devendorf, www.pdservices.com. We'll be happy to go into more detail or answer any questions. Thanks.